Hey everybody. I wanted to make another video covering a couple of questions I've been asked. My top 4 or 5 questions that I've gotten in a bunch of comments from all my new subscribers. Thanks, X. Um, One of them was what this item was in my inventory. This is flint and steel. This is created by taking a piece of steel and putting it there and a piece of flint there, and this will allow you to set things on fire. Now, it has to be in a diagonal setup. You can't do that, but you also cannot invert the setup of the diagonal pieces. It has to be steel in the upper left, flint in the lower right. Now, it can be moved around the board a little bit, and that'll still work, but it does have to be in that diagonal setup. Now, since I already have one, I'm not going to make another, but this is what it's used for. Setting things on fire. You can set trees on fire, you can set wood on fire, you can set grass on fire, and you can set enemies on fire. So, like a creeper. But I'm not going to risk that right at the moment. Another question I had was how to make a incinerator, kind of the way X had. Mine was a little different, so I'll show you how to make my version. Also, I want to cover the fact that I was mistaken. It is not an infinite spring lava pool. The problem with my lava setup was because it was falling, I had put the lava source blocks up here at the top. And lava does not react the same way water does. Water reacts the same way every time, regardless. You can pick up a bucket of water, put it someplace, take it up, put it back, take it up, put it back, and every single time you place it, it will react the exact same way. And it will react at the exact same speed. Everything's the exact same with water. Lava, on the other hand, doesn't. For those of you who viewed X's video at Death Mountain, you'll recall that when he first arrived at Death Mountain, he was looking down at the mouth of the cave, and there was a huge lava pool spilling out of the front. And then after he got down there a couple of minutes later, it had receded for no reason whatsoever. That's kind of how lava works. I don't understand it, but that's how I got confused. I would pull lava out of my waterfall, and what I was actually doing was pulling out my source block, but my source block was not decreasing the lava flow. So I was thinking it was a continuous flow. I would just put it back because I didn't need it. So I ended up pulling out both source blocks that I had, and it took probably 30 or 45 minutes for the lava to completely recede. And that's real time, not game time. That was probably like 3 or 4 days game time for the lava to go away. So I'm sorry if you felt deceived. That was not my initial intention. So now that we've cleared that up, this is how you would actually create what I made. You want to start by putting steps, these little half blocks down at the front, because they will prevent the lava from spilling out the front immediately. And then what I did to create the waterfall was I put the source blocks in the back 2 corners and then capped off this front relatively quickly with some cobblestone. And that also prevents it from spilling further forward. So what you would do, I got the water bucket just in case I screw up, is you would drop your 2 source blocks and cap that off. And then your lava fills in there. Now, because that's capped off and you have half steps here, I can't physically walk any closer than that. And because it's a waterfall of lava, it will not spit orbs forward. So you don't really have to worry about if this is grass or not. It won't catch fire. So that's how you make that. And then you just throw items in there, and they will disintegrate as you do so. So that's real handy. A couple other questions I had were what I used to record with. I use the same software that X uses, which is called Fraps. You can get it at fraps.com, buy it there, and it works pretty good. Its recording size is very, very large for the files. And then I usually use a program like Virtual Dub to edit my videos. Virtual Dub doesn't really support transitions or anything like that. That's why all the times my videos switching from scene to scene just give you a clean cut and there's no transition like David's does. Um, I'm trying to switch off of Virtual Dub to something else because I've had a couple of problems with the way it compresses videos and it doubling up on video clips and things like that. So I'm messing around with a couple other ones and seeing what I can do. Also, a lot of people have been asking about how long that temple took for me to construct. And I thought I'd mentioned in the video, but I guess I missed it. The length of time for the total construction was probably close to 2 to 3 weeks, not days, weeks. It took me forever to make this. If you watch my making of videos, they detail I had to dig out all those mountains down to sea level. Then, using a bunch of chests to collect cobblestone as I went along, then I had to construct the whole thing from the ground up, and it was a pain. I liked building it. It was fun, but it was also very tedious and exhausting. So, even though I tend to be more of a look what I have done video maker as opposed to X's adventures, I don't want to make anything this size at least for a while because that was exhausting. So that's basically what that did. I did, however, I had a couple of questions about that. I normally play the game on hard mode. I'm currently, I think I switched it back to hard. No, I switched it to normal. I normally play on hard, just like X does. But during construction, I did change the difficulty to peaceful so that I could work at night. After construction was complete, I turned the difficulty back on so that I could then lay out all my torches and make sure that the light was enough to keep creatures from spawning in here. So that'll clarify that problem. That's how I was able to build it a little bit faster than some of you thought. But I think most of the comments saying I built it too fast were guessing I was doing it in days, and I can guarantee you it wasn't days. And then my last big question was how to use my saved game file. Well, first what you need to do is you need to make sure you have a program on your computer that can unzip files. I prefer WinRAR to do that. Then once you have a program like that installed, download my file and unzip it to a location easy to find like your desktop or your My Documents folder. And then what you want to do is the only way I was able to get it to work was to create a new world and then immediately quit and then overwrite my world file, because if I tried copying the folder into my saves directly and telling the game to open, and it just wouldn't list a world option there. So start a new world, exit the game, and then you want to open your app data folder. It's a hidden folder for most people, so the easiest way to get it to come up is to click on your start button and then either click on run, or if run is not listed there, you should have a search field at the bottom. You can type in run and then a run option will appear. Open that, and then in the field that opens up, type in %appdata% and hit OK. This will open your hidden app data folder. Depending on the version of Windows you have, it will either open the roaming folder automatically or just the app data folder, and you'll see the roaming folder there. Either way, you want to be inside that folder. There's going to be another folder labeled .minecraft. Open that one. Then there's a folder labeled saves. Open that one. This one will have folders labeled world 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, depending on how many worlds you've created. When you've unzipped my zip file, you'll see a folder labeled world 1. You want to erase the 1 and change that to the number of the world that you want to copy over the top of. If your world is world 1, change it to world 2 or world 4 or whatever, because you're not going to want to erase your own world. And then copy the folder over the existing folder that's in that saves that you just opened. This will allow you to then open Minecraft, and when you click to open the world, it should open mine correctly. If that doesn't work, I'm sorry, maybe somebody else in the comments can help you a little more detailed than that. But that's what I've done. So there's that. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. I have no problems answering any questions. I do want to apologize to everybody who's asking me questions that I'm not answering back specifically. I hope this answers most of them. If not, I'll try to go through my thousands of emails that I've gotten. Again, thanks a lot, X. It sounds sarcastic, but I'm actually really excited about this. And that's basically it. Again, sorry about the confusion on the infinite spring. That's my fault. I didn't test it completely. I just thought it worked. But for the time being, that's about it. So, thanks a lot, and welcome to all you new subscribers. One more thing. I do want to mention that I don't update videos as frequently as X does. X averages about one video a day, and I don't average anywhere near that. I'm probably one a week. Just because of how I play. I don't play for adventure. I play for building and exploration to the center of the earth. So I dig a lot of mine shafts. And I usually don't record when I'm digging. I record when I'm done and show you what I've found. So I'm sorry if you're a little disappointed by that, but I work and I'm married, and so I've got other things I need to do. But anyway, keep commenting. Keep sending me messages. I'll answer to as much as I can, and we'll go from there. So, thanks a lot.